Is the frequency in use? Might be a dumb question. I've been listening for a while. There's nobody been here. This is K4PEW, net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net here from Mount Juliet. Um, is there any emergency or party traffic? No. And let's see, is there any emergency? No. All right. And that may be broken any time if you do have an emergency. I would suggest you call 911 first, and then you can contact us if you're able. But if you do and you need help that you can't get through, like 911 doesn't answer or something, you better tell us your address, phone number. Anyway, any priority traffic would take priority here on this net. For PEW and put it in their search block, and it'll come up as a premier radio and be able to see the signal strength relations you might not otherwise hear. You can also go to 146.415.net for information on Simplex mostly. It's kind of hopefully it's entertaining or informative to you. Also, you can go to groups.io. That's groups.India Oscar, and put MJSS in the search block for Mount JSS. It'll bring up our group. You don't have to join the email reminder group, but you can see the whole web net schedule there on the good group to be in, because there's about 200 of us in that group, and a lot of technical questions can be answered and support for any questions you might have, or if you want to buy or sell equipment. The net normally meets at 8 p.m. on Wednesday and Saturday nights. We have other nets as well on Sundays. Of course, the Sunday night net is at 7:30 p.m. on 28.415. Upper sideband handled by Michael, KM4YRF. And we're doing the nets that we do on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Wednesdays and Saturdays, yeah. Are at 8 p.m. And those are normally on 146.415, like we are right here. And following this net today, we're going to go to 28.415 upper sideband, and then onward and upward to 223.415. We're getting a pretty good following there. We've had as many, I think, as 10 or 11 on the net on the 223. That might be a world record. I'm joking, of course. I don't know who else gets on that band, but there certainly hasn't been any around here on that band on 220 band. Purpose of the net is to have fun, figure out who you can hear, who you can't hear, how you can make your station better, how to convince and tips on how to make your XYL that you just have to have that new antenna and or radio and or coaxial cable or that new tower. But most cases. Let's see. I have the same problems. Funny stories about this area. I have the only announcements I have are the nets we already said. We're going to be skipping the breakfast this Saturday since we had one this past Saturday, which made it 2 Saturdays in a row. And we'll be having one the 4th Saturday, which I don't even know what day that's. Well, the 4th Saturday is on the 23rd, not the 24th. Anyway, Santa Net, of course. Like I just got a reminder there from Tony, and as a Santa Net, this is his 22nd year. Santa Net is on, obviously. Well, it's not the day after Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's the day before. 1 p.m. Children and adults alike should enjoy the program. Lasts about an hour. It'll be broadcast, so to speak, here 415. Also simulcast on 446.415, and it will also be on let's see, it'll be on YouTube, of course, just like it is here on the K4PEW channel. It will also be on Facebook, and we'll give you a link. So anyway, if you have any questions about that, let us know. It's a nice way to spend the Christmas Eve with yourself. Does anybody have any other announcements? We'll move on. Today is whoops, knocking things all over the place here. Tonight is 7. Of course, as you know, we're in our 10th year. We're starting from the west, but we're going to be taking check-ins from people short on more first-time check-ins. Please come in.
K1S, Peter, in and out.
Oh man, you didn't want to. You got part portion, didn't you, Scott?
How you like that? And you did come over on my handheld in the living.
I figured it would. You're you're a clear shot across the lake there.
All right, y'all have a good night. Good net tonight. Killing us.
Yeah, we got a big signal there. That was Scott, Kilo 10 Papa Delta. He's in Laverne. Because I hadn't heard from him in a while. And he was going to try to check in with his handheld, but he did say he can copy me on his handheld inside his house. Who else is for first time checking?
Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey Alpha.
Hello, what's up?
Well, I guess since you said you're going to start in the West, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to hang out with you, so I time get in here first.
Okay, no big deal. Yeah, we don't have any real rules about that. You never hear me turn anybody away. Say, wait your turn.
Roger that. Yeah, hey, sometimes it goes pretty fast, and then sometimes, man, I tell you, I could be sitting a good while. So, you know, and you know how it is when you get older. It's hard to stay up late.
Get up early.
Well, I'm in that boat. I do both. Hard to get up early, hard to stay up late.
Well, I over the years I've learned one of the things about. I used to be able to drink coffee right up to midnight, go to bed, get up and go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. I can't drink coffee after noon.
Yeah, I had to limit myself. I think I drink 4 cups now. Pretty much my limit.
Yeah, it's funny how we do change in that. I know my mother told me in my dad's final, whatever, 15 years. She goes, you know how your dad always liked to eat sweet things? I go, yeah. He goes, he doesn't like sweet things anymore when he got old.
Hey, I know that's right. Different taste buds change. Things just don't taste the same, or they've changed. I think that the ingredients have changed. You know, most of the things we used to get had real sugar in it. Now I don't think it has real sugar anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I think have changed. That's why I like to eat at the family owned restaurants, etc. You get better food, I think.
Roger that. Anyway, I didn't want, since I'm checking, moved up to net, but it's good to see you, and we'll be checking in with you Saturday. BWA 73s, everybody.
Yeah, very good. That's Ricky, Kilo 4 Bravo Whiskey Alpha. He is in port. He's helped me figure out how simple it could be to get on Facebook Live. I just got on Facebook, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. They dumb about some of it. And it's not as intuitive as I thought it was going to be again, but getting old. Anyway, who else is short on time? All right, we're taking check-ins from the West. Please come now.
For ILV, Jack and Donaldson.
Hey, Jack. Sounding good? Everybody all right?
Everything's great.
Yeah, you got my volume up when I got the headphones on, so you're really loud to me.
I can't believe it's been 10 years.
It's working. It'll be 10 years in, well, again, we're in the early part of the 10th year, but yeah, it's 10. It's hard to imagine, really. I can't believe it. Between Mike and I, we've done 900.
And still going strong.
Well, maybe.
Well, thanks for doing the net, Paul. I'll let somebody else check in. KG4 ILV.
He's in Donaldson. Kilo Golf 4, India, Lima, Victor. Who else is West? The debate must be on. Who else is West?
Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo.
Hey, how you sound good here on 2 meters.
Yeah, much better.
Oh, yeah. How was I copying earlier to you on 77?
You?
Yeah, 70 centimeters. That's for the birds, man.
It was better last time we tried it.
Yeah, I think so. Anything good for the net?
84 CV.
Very good. That was Greg, Kilo Delta 4 Charlie Victor Echo, and he is in Antioch. Who else is West? Boy, West blew up the net last time. Where are they now? From West or South?
Hello, Mike 4, November Yankee Bill, Murphy Blue.
Hello, Bill. You sound good tonight. How are you doing?
Hope everybody else is doing as well as me.
Oh yeah, well most of us are. I think it's just in the, how we all get very. I'll just say complaints.
Nobody really wants to hear those anyway.
No, not really. I try to just. I give all my complaints to my wife.
But I do like this system net. To me, they're saying with no either.
Oh, I know. Well, I do too, and it's like I've said, some of the nicest people I've met in my life are on ham radio.
Well, they're a little more educated than kind of people, I believe.
Yeah, and we usually, I mean, mostly usually, we can control our language. We can be civil. We don't get into arguments on the air, and we have a good time.
It makes difference a lot somewhere, but I know it's not just.
Oh yeah, that's to me that's a rarity though. People, But anyway, everything else good for you?
Wonderful, and the best to everybody else. And I'll turn it on back over to you.
Very good, Bill. That was like for November Yankee. Big signal. Good signal to me tonight. Anyway, better than average. I don't know. Maybe that CME off of the else is Sal. Hello. How do you copy Bill in Murfreesboro, Tony?
I copy it fine. Yeah, no worries.
Oh, I just wondered how well it was going in your direction from Murfreesboro.
Yeah. Hey, Bill. In the Simplexton Net on Christmas Eve. I got it. I'm going to go to bed. Danny comes by. Well, that'll get you on the naughty list. Oh, well. Tried to have another convert. Anyway, that's all I got, Paul. KF4, KFQ.
Yeah, you can't put coal in people's stockings because that adds to the global crisis,
We asked her what she wanted for Christmas, and she said, I want coal. I like coal.
How old is she?
She's 4, and she doesn't know what coal is.
Oh, I guess. I imagine that's true. Who would want coal? I just remember coal when people, we had coal in our furnace, and friends had coal in their furnace. Well, down in the furnace, down a coal bin in the basement. So it was a dirty project,
Oh, yes, I have shoveled my share of coal. And I remember getting an apple and a piece of peppermint candy for Christmas, too.
That's right. I don't want to go into that. I had a good time at Christmas always, but we weren't the richest people in town.
That's it. Everybody tune in to Santa Net. Don't go to bed early. It's not that big a deal. I'm pretty sure you'll find something. And check in. I get lonely. You don't have to have littles to check in. You can say, hey, Tony, I heard, but we'll work with you. That's it. KF4, KFQ.
Yeah, very good, Tony. That's Tony in Smyrna. Doing again soon. The Santa Net, 7 o'clock. That's 1900 to the military types. Of course, that's Central Time, and I think we're Zulu -6. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it goes for about an hour. And it's good. It's a good program. I think you'll like it. Anyway, KF4, KFQ. Who else is Sal? Hello, Larry. You're sounding a little rough, but I got a good copy on you. Very good. That was Larry in Rockville, Kilo, Echo 4, Sierra, Yankee, Victor. Who else is Sal?
K3FPR South.
So India 4, November, November.
Doing good. I heard you were sick the other day. But you sound like you're doing better.
Oh yeah, this is my think of this cold, and I took my wife over to the doctor yesterday. She had the same cold I did because she caught it from me. She had already proven that it wasn't COVID, and then she went to see her doctor, and the doctor said, yeah, it's going to run its course, and this one runs its course 17, 18 days on average.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of stuff going around. I know people that got COVID, people that come down with the flu, and the respiratory going around.
Yeah. Well, in this case, it was pretty rough for a day or two in the midst of it, but I never had but I just, this is one of these things that just causes a lot of congestion, and just general malaise, as they say. So it's not fun. It's never.
Definitely not. But hey, thanks for doing that again. And I'll turn everything back to you. K3 if you are clear.
Yeah, very good. Michael, K3, Kilo 3 Mike, Papa Romeo. He's here in Mount Juliet, a couple of miles east of me. Of course, a big signal coming just that close. Tonight in Reedyville.
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. A little chilly tonight. Hope you feeling better soon. Did you get your antenna yet?
And it's just, I haven't had the nerve to go out and, I don't, excuse me. I'm coughing here. My throat, even still. Here we are 17 days into this cold. I mean, I feel fine, but that's one of the reasons I haven't put it up. I haven't felt good enough to go out there, all that stuff.
Oh, I understand. Well, hope you get feeling better soon and the weather permits. You get to get this thing back up. I know you've been wanting that for quite some time. Anyway, sir, good evening to you and everybody else. Thanks for what you do, Mr. Paul. That was great. Hey, I really see it.
Yeah, push come to shove, David. I'll probably get my wife to put it up for me.
Be happy to shove for me.
And that's just after I get the beating of my life. Anyway, that was David, and he's in India 4, November, Delta, November. Who else is south? South or east?
All right.
Hello, Mr. Net Control. What's up?
Same old thing, just a different day. I went back to work today after my fall.
Yeah, and they let you go back to work?
Yeah, I struggled a little bit today, but I made it through.
Yeah, well, getting old is awful, man. Just hope you don't get hurt again. And like, you did that on your own. You didn't go to work to do that.
Yeah, no, I did that right here at home. And I'll tell you one thing, man, getting old is not for the faint of heart.
No, it's I get a kick out of it because I didn't really notice it until I hit into myself. Self-help, and now little things I start to notice, little and semi-little things that, like, I used to be able to get out of the car and just snap right up, and now
I tell you, I don't know what it is, but after I drive about that 30-minute drive from Elm Hill Pine, it takes me a minute to be able to straighten up after I get out of the car.
yeah, I know it's all. I was telling Kevin the other day, Kevin KG4MIZ, I said sometimes when I get up in the middle of the night, I feel like I need a walk.
Well, join the club.
It's not quite that bad, but the problem is it's of course, it's number one, it's usually in the dark and I can feel my way around, but it's the stability, it's the balance issues. Oh man, I got to hold on to something. Anyway, that was my Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Romeo Foxtrot. He's here in Mount Juliet, a couple of miles east, over there on the Parkway, as they say. Who else is south or east? South or east? West, south, or east?
KE4.
Hello, Mr. Earl. You doing okay?
Yeah, it's a little cool out tonight with after the show went down. Kind of breezy with this. Everything's good over here. How's things over there in Mountain View? Is Christmas shopping got board bumper to bumper cars yet?
Yeah, it's bumper to bumper dialing up the websites for Amazon and Walmart to get my.
Yeah, I've been doing that a couple 2.5 days myself, doing that wide window shopping. If I had a truck, I just buy one of everything and call it done. Anyway.
Well, it was the day then when actually shopping was somewhat of a pleasure. I used to joke with my ex-wife. That's probably why she divorced me. I do my Christmas shopping usually. She goes, "Why do you do that?" I said, "Because I get to meet the same guys every year over there."
Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm talking about. You used to be able to be, safely, friendly, and sociable
trouble with people you ain't seen for a spell, and you never know where, run, it's kind of, nowadays, it's kind of like everybody just elbows the shoulders and look out for those ones that's got the hands in their pockets and go.
Yeah, that's the trouble with any of that shopping when it gets really busy. It's kind of annoying, and I don't really get it. It is annoying when it gets really busy.
Yeah, well, we got the internet now. Next thing, Sears and Roebuck, mail-in catalog, or what they call them there, H, and green stamps, H and G or G and H, or anyway. I want to go. Happy holiday season, and we'll catch you when you can. Take you forward, you can bring back then.
Yeah, very good. That was Earl, east of the Cedars of Lebanon Park. It's Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. Who else is west, south, or east?
Okay. So,
Hey, can I ask you a quick technical question?
sure.
Okay. How come, when you go to, when you're looking up all the stuff that's running in the background, whatever you call that, control alternate delete to bring up that screen, all that stuff's running in the background.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. How come things like Google eat up, it's like there'll be 30 instances of it, and I've only got 4 or 5, tabs open. What's up with that?
So it does something called multi-threading. It's instead of having one single process that basically uses resources, it will have multiple, and it is very strange that it does that. There's not many applications I've seen that do that. I've never. But yeah, it's called multi-threading. You should be able to find something about why Chrome does that. It's kind of weird. Are you having issues for memory consumption or something?
Well, no, when I see it's got that many, I just usually before a net, just so I won't have to worry about it using. I just kill the whole thing and reboot it with just a couple of tabs up, and that solves the problem. Because I have had, but a long time ago, problems, but that much up there, I go, nah, I'm just asking for problems when I see that, Google appears to take up, 30% of the CPU space and a certain percentage of the memory space,
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be a resource hog if something is stuck, like a process in one of the tabs. But it sounds like it's not closing down the threads when it's done with them. But I don't have a solution for that. But yeah, it would hog up all your memory and basically make the system kind of slow until you kill the process, kind of like you would. That's if it has a memory, leak error is what they call that. Basically, it starts to consume additional memory.
Yeah, I was surprised today. I said, had multiple entries in that thing, and every time I killed one, another one popped up.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Anyway, that's my big technical question of the day. Just annoying, and I just learned to deal with it. But I just wondered if there's some way you can stop it from doing that. I don't know what it would be then.
That would be somewhere in the settings if they allowed that, but I think that's just how the program is written.
Yeah, I also noticed today in the news that Firefox use if it goes below 2%, which it appears it will no longer be supported by that whole consortium.
Yeah, I think it's is it Mozilla?
Yeah, that's who does it. But I mean, the other group that would support it from of the businesses.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, and Firefox was around for a good bit, but I think there's some Mozilla Chrome, unless they wrote it from the ground up. But it's one browser takes from another and adds some flavor to it and it becomes something else.
Yeah, I remember there was some legal discussion some years ago about how people were taking code from each other to do stuff and they didn't like it.
Yeah, and then people get sued.
Yeah, whatever. It just seems silly. I mean, it's like plagiarism and publishing.
Yeah, intellectual property.
Yeah. Anything else good for the net?
No, that's all I got, man. I wanted to get in here, and I didn't know where you were, but I heard you say north, south, or east, I think. So here I am.
Yeah, very good, Chris. You got a big signal as always. He's only 5 miles south of me or so, but that's Chris in Rural Hill, Kilo Golf 4 Charlie, X-Ray Echo. Who else? We'll get the technical out of the way tonight. Who else is west, south, or east? Oh, hold on. Who was that? KI4 what? Ah, very good. Yeah, I dropped out there for a second there, Kevin. You doing all right? Are you on your HT?
No, I'm on I'm in the vehicle here. We actually pulled the driveway, and I had on in here, and I had to check it. You might not come on earlier, but come and check it.
All right, very good. Well, we're here. You know, it doesn't matter. We call it out by points of the compass, but we don't really pay attention to that.
But yeah, we just pulled in, sat down,
Yeah, very good. Everything going all right?
Yeah, going well, going well. Got the days off. Get caught up on everything here. Probably this Saturday.
Yeah, we're skipping this Saturday, and we're having the actually be the fourth one. I think that's the 23rd actually. So anyway, you didn't miss anything. We only had I say you didn't miss anything. we had a good time. There was only about 6 or 7 of us there this past week, and there was also there was another group in there, the ham group that over there. There were several hams that had the Bible Net met there, which they had like 26 people there. But some of those were people who routinely checked in here. Yeah, very good. That was Kevin. You got anything else on that? All right, very good. That's Kevin here in Mount Juliet, Kilo India 4 Zulu Delta Golf. Anybody else south or east or west? Or north? Hello, Brian. Are you doing okay? Oh, it closes up at 8, does it? Snap, crackle, and pop, and your signal was killing my ears. Okay, no, I got you. Everything going okay though? Yeah, didn't get one word of that, so I'm going to cut you loose here. You can check in later if you want to. Anyway, that's Brian. He's mobile, coming back from, I think from Gallatin is where he's coming back from. No, 3. It's excuse me, Kilo Alpha 3, Charlie Tango Papa. He was mobile. Work until 8. Who else is anywhere, including North?
Katie 4 VW, Carlin and Angel Town.
Everything well?
Yeah, yes. I guess conditions are a little bit off tonight or something. You sound a little weak up this way for some reason. I don't know why.
Supposed to use a southern term. I sound peaked.
I don't know. But anyway, thought I'd check in, say hello to everybody. Hope everybody's staying warm. I wasn't expecting this cooler. I just didn't pay attention to the weather. So with that said, I guess I'll turn it back over to you. That way you can get some more check-ins. And I'll be listening for you up on 220 a bit. So with that said, toodaloo for now from Katie 4 VW.
Very good. That was Carlin. He's in Angel Town. Before Victor Uniform Whiskey. Yeah, my brother is up in Western New York, and he had about a foot or more, or 8.5. Oh, in some places a couple feet, foot and a half. But they're used to it up there. Where I grew up, I was used to it. Who else is any place anywhere? North, south, east, or west? And we're 30 minutes in, and we're almost finished. Any place anywhere I want to recheck? Or Brian, how you doing?
Much better.
Oh yeah, your signal sounds better.
Yeah, I come from Goodlettsville all the way back to Hendersonville. I'm actually in Hendersonville right now.
Oh, okay, that's right. It was Goodlettsville. I was thinking for some reason I was thinking it was Gallatin, but I knew better. Is business good up there? Getting better?
It's getting way better. I mean, we're running out of stuff. I mean, we're getting for Christmas, I guess.
It's amazing to me too. I mean, it's these because people are proclaiming that everybody needs to get armed better, and I think people are.
A panic out there. I mean, they bought all the boys 23 and 5 by.
Yeah, Ukraine's probably buying a bunch of that, huh?
Yeah, I guess there's a ban on Russia. I understand why.
Yeah, that's what there would be a ban on importing Russia. That started late or last year, I think. By the way, you probably saw that news that Remington is finally shutting down that plant up there in.
Yeah, well, I mean, bullets are already down in Arkansas, so I don't know where they'll make their shotguns.
I believe they're moving them to Georgia, LaGrange.
Well, then maybe they'll put the whole thing like they had up there. I mean, it used to be a place that you could go and practice shooting. Go on pigeons, play pigeons, and you buy the whole thing, and they give you a shotgun on the way out.
Oh wow! I didn't look, but they had. I saw the article about the Remington plant closing in Ilion. That's the name of it. It's Ilion, small town. They've been there since 18. That plant is 1.5 million square feet.
Look at the employees that they had there. There's a lot of unemployment.
Well, right. They used to be. They shut down apparently earlier last year or this year, and they reached back up, and they went down to about 200 employees because I think they were planning on the move anyway.
Well, they got bought out by Mossberg, I think. I forget who it was, and it got bought by. I mean,
Yeah, I believe you're right. It is Mossberg, but I don't think it changed again. I don't think. But no, they're going to do good down in Georgia.
the whole problem is government up there just crippled.
Well, they were complaining about. I hear they got a square foot building, and they donated space to, I believe, the state for some of their services in New York and something else. I don't remember what it was because one of the problems is their high cost is trying to maintain the heating plant on a $1 million, $1.5 million square foot building.
Yeah, well, that's that global warming that's killing those companies up there. Almost everything's going out of it. I mean, the Rust Belt's already emptied out, but now it's going after the little places that, they're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But then the laws on all that stuff, they killed Camulus a bunch of years ago on the knife business. So you just watch these hard things.
Yeah, I had forgotten that, but Remington took a $73 million hit with the Sandy Hook lawsuit about their AR-15, and which is a travesty in my mind. But that was one of the problems they were having.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Remington, they make the bullets for it, but I don't know if I ever saw a Remington AR. I think they might have. I kind of wonder. They probably made the bullets. Those things, you've got to make bullets that are selected as who they hit.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's a legal travesty in my mind. Those bullets seem to know who to hit anyway. But anyway, anything else for the net there, Brian?
No, I guess that's all. A couple guys today, they bought 3.57, 5.7 pistols. And I was wondering why he wanted it, but he's afraid somebody's going to come in his house armed with body armor.
Just tell him to be a better shot and shoot for the head.
Well, he's getting everybody in the house one, so his wife and his kids can shoot all at the same time.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, that's that's pushing the envelope, isn't it?
Yeah, imagine he's got 4 or 5 pound buckets of corn and dried, vegetables.
Yeah, I'm with you. Anyway, now more power to him. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'd rather have him armed than not armed.
Yeah, I just wish people would understand that if they have 1,000 rounds, it would be better if 10 people had 100 rounds.
Yeah, well, the best we can hope for is it'll only be roving bands.
Yeah, well, it'll be kind of interesting to see how that all goes. The zombies come and they're all over the place.
I know. I don't know. It's kind of humorous when you think about how goofy that sounds in America, but could happen. Anyway, let me go move on. Is there anybody else out there, north, south, east, or west? Do we have any lollygaggers, lurkers, sandbaggers, flat earthers? Let's see what else we got. Preppers and scanner listeners, donglers, DV donglers? No. PC donglers, I guess, dongles, or I don't know what else we got. Anybody on remote base tonight? Or skulkers? That's another one. All righty, we're very good. I think I don't have the number there, but it's hold on. $17. We had 26, I think, last week. Last night anyway. But Wednesday nights are usually a little low. We're going to move right over to 28.415. 28.415 upper side band. For those of you that got them, smoke them. So we'll catch you there in a minute. K4P. All righty, here we are on 28.415, and my dog's barking in the background. They think I'm done actually when I say I'll catch you on another band. Looking for check-ins from the wherever I started here. Where did I start? West, please come now. Nobody west? Do we have really bad conditions from the west? Oh, my dogs are so green. Any check-ins from the west, please come in. How about from the south? Anywhere?
I do. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Okay, very good. That's the west. We got Greg. Who else is west? Can anybody hear Jack? I hear some talk in the background, but I can't make out anything but the same.
I got a real high noise right with him, but you're good.
Okay, very good. Anybody else west or south? We also what? No more west or south from east. Then Michael, go ahead.
For a while.
Are you copying anybody at all?
Yeah, I got Greg and you.
Oh, that's a big number there. 3 of us. Who else is west or south or east?
Kilo Echo Forward or Delta Echo Zulu have copy over.
Ah, very good. Got you in there solid there, Earl. You sound good. Are you copying everybody?
Not really. Got a bunch of noise. I just barely heard Jack. I didn't hear Mike at all.
All right, very good. That was Earl and Noreen. Kilo Echo for Delta Echo Zulu. Who else is west, south, or east? All right, we got Stan Echo. Got you in there fine, Stan. He's in Lebanon. Who else is east? Is anybody copying anything east?
Not hearing a thing.
All righty. How about north? All right. Kilo 4 Victor Alpha. How you doing there, Mike? All right, little weak signal to me tonight. The conditions are lousy tonight. All right, thanks for checking in, Mike. That's Kilo 4 Victor Victor Alpha, Mike in Hendersonville. Anybody else north or anywhere? I'm not hearing anything. Is there any relays?
Earl said he heard Jack, I think.
Nah, well, he said that, but maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Jack, if you're there, click 3 times. I got nothing, because I'm sure that Greg would have heard Jack.
Yeah, he may have that same name thing. Yeah, I got to see it. It's on the scope. I'm trying to take a picture of it. It's sitting right on our computer, but I don't hear him.
Wow, that's good old Nashville Electric, huh? All right, very good. We had a grand total on 10 meters. 3, 5, 6. I had to use 2 fingers to count up to 6. Before we move over to 223, 415. Yeah, my dogs are getting antsy. They're all staring at me, thinking something's happening, like I'm getting off the air. All righty, we're going to move right over to 223, 415, and I'm going to close down this portion of the net on YouTube, and we'll go from there. K4PW. Looks like I got a problem with, hold on one second. I just noticed that I'm not sure if that's going to supposed to, no, that's power out. That's why. I was thinking it was set for S. No problem. I'm going to close this out on my YouTube. I'll continue on for a little bit on Facebook for those of you that are over there, and we'll go from there. And by the way, if you're ever on Facebook, you can go to my, just Paul E. My name is Paul E. Last name starts with a W, and it's W-I-E-L. You'll get it. You don't. It's no test on the name. K4PW. Have a good night, everybody. K4PW. Very good. Head on the wrong. On the wrong. Very good. Got Mike on there. Kilo Mike for Yankee Rome. Well, that's very good. Good signal in there, Stan. Kilo Mike for it. Hotel. Anybody else out there besides Greg and Stan and Mike and me? A pretty slim group in here tonight with 4 of us, so of course we can sit here. Anybody want any dogs? You can have them on net nights because they think I'm getting off the air every time I say something. You're dumb. Dogs, shut up. No. Anyway, would you guys talk among yourselves? I'm going to put them out for a minute. Make them shut up. I'll be right back. K4P then.
Wonder what happened to Jack. I don't know. Anything on TV? Predators or people away? I wouldn't know. I was counting on it. A couple episodes about the Bermuda Triangle. That was real interesting. What was that on? I don't know. It's something he bought. It was something he bought. Oh yeah, that's all I watch is stuff like that. I just find it fascinating. That they can go down like the last one they were down like 350 feet. That's a long way down.
were they doing down there?
They were looking for lost ships and airplanes.
Well, that's one of the most heavily traveled part of the well, the whole East Coast United States as far as planes and ships.
Yeah, it was real interesting. They found a couple different things that they were the first people.
Well, other than the ones that went down, right?
But yeah, after the mishap.
Triangle a few times. In fact, off of Cape Hatteras there in the Carolinas, man, it was usually rough when we traveled through there. Of course, we were off the coast, 150 miles.
I forget they had a map stone and there's wreckage everywhere. And I can't even say the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, I believe it.
There's an underwater alien base. Could be.
Those are the real aliens.
There's a portal there too. Not one of those porta houses. It's a portal.
Portal for the aliens. Do we know where they're from?
There's different ones. I think the ones there are from Data Particular. There's even rivers running under the ocean. Yeah, did you see that episode? Yeah. The incredible stuff is off of I guess that's off of San Diego, the underwater. Hey, Dan, over here, Kenny Horn, W.
Got you in there. How you doing? You sound good, Carl.
Okay. Better up here. Let's go to that little outhouse in front, you know. I just made it back. So anyway.
All right, very good. Now, Carl, if you guys, I'm sure both of you guys can hear, or you guys can hear.
Oh yeah, I never heard Carl.
Like I said, you're in a tough spot for Carlin, I think.
Yeah.
For better.
Something called Gaia, GAIA, that you can pull up on your Prime or your Amazon Fire Stick. There's a lot of stuff out there.
I thought that guy was a woman god of some kind, a feminine god. Yeah, great. You said it was Gaia.
I think that's Mother Earth. Mother Earth. Maybe you may have a more accurate, but I've always thought of it as Mother Earth.
It could be. I don't keep up with it. I just remember hearing that term.
Yeah, that channel leans, new age-ish, but not all of it.
Yeah, kind of a pagan kind of thing.
Hindu or ancient Hindu, I don't know.
You know what they say? There's nothing new under the sun.
It's all been done before, and it's all cycles. That's all that crap about global warming and all that stuff. All it is just another cycle in the many cycles that happen. Yeah, on that Gaia channel is a really good some screenshots of it showing the cycles. They dug up like 300,000 years worth of straight down, and you can see it cools and warms, it cools and warms, it cools and warms, and we're right where we're supposed to be in that.
Yeah, I don't doubt it for a minute because I know for a fact that there was a whole population of millions, hundreds of millions of people that made the ice age go away, due to their fires.
In the polar bears, their population increasing.
Yeah, they've been lying about that the whole time about the polar bears, and they finally admitted to it.
I think the reason they're doing so better is it's not so damn cold anymore.
Well, they don't need ice to survive, number one, and there's lots of fishing up in where they live because there's hardly anybody else. There's hardly any other predators.
then there's underwater stuff happening, like thermal activity that's giving out methane, making the ice to melt some way. And don't a little bit problem, but it's just not an issue because we're only at 400 parts per million CO2. 400 parts per CO2 is in our atmosphere.
Yeah, oh, I understand. Tony, I heard you in there. Are you copying anybody else besides me?
Nope.
Tony, he's in there. Anybody else copying Tony?
I am.
Mike is copying you over here in Mount Juliet, Tony.
Well, I heard Michael. I'm sitting here like a dummy, and I didn't have the radio turned on, and I kind of looked up and went, wonder why I heard Paul yet. Duh.
Yeah, I've never done anything stupid, ever.
I've got the capital stupid to do. A little project I've got going in one of our bathrooms, and I was putting a piece of drywall and support in, and I had I drove the screw right into my finger.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know if I've done that particularly, but that's not that uncommon. Yeah, I'm just glad it didn't go through your nail.
I think I went to the bone.
Oh wow, that's rough.
It's okay. Anyway, yeah. Now I'm sitting here like, what do I have? Going, well, the radio's not on, dummy.
Yeah, it's well, you do anything. I mean, I've dropped small things. Not even I don't remember what was the last time I did it. It was something small, and it hit my. What's it do? It puts one of those blood blisters under your big toe, and it didn't even hurt.
Oh, here's the one that gets me. Bump your shin or stump your toe or something, and you know it's going to hurt, but it takes like a full from your toe up to your brain to register, but you know it's coming.
That's because your brain is in denial.
That's it, yeah.
That happened.
I wish I could tell you how many times I've done that. I saw one of those video compilations of people doing, and this guy had set up a tin can or something on a concrete, a concrete wall, and he was gonna do, instead of kicking the can, he directly kicked the concrete wall. It's funny to watch, but it's not funny to think about the results. It's not happening to me.
Richard busy moving because he didn't check in tonight.
That's all right. I think he meant to. Ooh. Yeah, the cold. Is it supposed to get any worse in terms?
Blizzard. I could look it up quick.
Well, I've never been the only time I was a big weather watcher, even here, the only time I'm really interested in the weather is some really crazy storm on its way, or there's a tornado alerts, and like I was in Florida, I tended to watch it obviously when there was hurricane issues. But other than that, it's like what I did for a living, since a lot of stuff, not most, but at least half of the rooftops of commercial buildings or in industries. And the only thing that kept us from working is if it was lightning. That was the only thing that kept us from lightning or concrete and it rained. That was the only thing that held us up.
Yeah, I did concrete construction in college in the summer. Rain was 100 degrees tonight. Thursday 43, Friday 52 degrees. That's the nighttime temperature.
Yeah, this global warming's killing me, man.
It's gonna be one of those nights, so that's really gonna be really feel that chill.
Oh yeah, well that's the way all that heat escapes, up through a clear atmosphere.
So that greenhouse.
Hey, listen, refresh my memory. When they called him back in the 80s, 90s, when they said there was an ozone problem, you remember?
That was a full confirmed from our hairspray.
This old,
Yeah, this fluorocarbons were making it too big. They were going to let the unfiltered sun rays in. And then I think they finally figured out that hole opens and closes on its own.
yeah, I believe they did. Yeah, well, they blamed the entire refrigeration industry and the electronics manufacturing industry for those problems.
Yeah, and we had, back at that time, I was in elementary, maybe going into junior high, and we
Sure is entertaining, eh?
the weekly reader of the Scholastic Journal was really got a month or so. I waited for it and loved it. It was like a magazine. And it was just a this rag.
Which magazine was that?
Remember those?
Scholastic?
We used to not be able to wait till they came. And the big threat, the ice age coming.
Yeah, well, you got to trust the science, man.
We dodged that ice age.
Well, we prevented it. We started burning more coal.
But yeah, it was so left wing. What sounds of the commercial? Any sort of commercials? What is that group? Public service commercials is always. Yeah, I'll remember in a minute.
Yeah, I'll be right back. K4P.
Greg, did you see any of the Trump last night with Hannity? No, I heard a couple of excerpts. I did not. I would have enjoyed it. Yeah, it was. He was kind of mellow last night, and Hannity asked him if he was going to be a dictator, and he said only on the first day. He said we're going to close the border and drill, baby, drill. Do what they've all done. The executive orders, which, by the way, Biden did another one today, another executive order. About what? Oh, what was it? Something about the Indian reservation. You know, all the important stuff. But yeah, he's done like a record of them. He can be a politician and convince people of his ways. Thing tonight on Fox, and he made a comment that if Trump didn't run, then he had to. Yeah, he was saying like he might not. He got it famous.
If who's not going to run?
Biden was saying that if Trump wasn't running, he probably wouldn't either, but he had to say that.
Well, the language that the left is using now to condemn, more or less, they're saying that, again, they're starting early with this, Trump is democracy, Trump is going to destroy the country. How ridiculous.
Yeah, I think it's funny. They keep calling him Hitler, and they're the ones for the pellet that Hitler was doing. Who's that?
Hey, how were you on 10 meters, Jack?
I started reading my book, and I looked up, and it was over.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah, by the way, there's an interesting article I was just reading, and I knew this before, but it was talking about the connection because Hitler and the Nazis had a connection with what was the beginnings of the Palestinian group. I forget the name of it. It wasn't what it's called now, but when we talk about the Muslim Brotherhood, they had the same goals as the Nazis did, killing all the Jews, and it was formal. I mean, Hitler helped them.
Yeah, but Trump's a Nazi, right?
Well, that's what I'm getting at. It's just silly. Because when I was telling somebody earlier, let's just say, for instance, I think Biden is going to destroy the democracy, and he's going to, as it is, and he's going to kill everybody he doesn't like or jail them or whatever. And so you ask yourself, well, listen, that means I don't have any faith at all in the Congress or the justice system. That doesn't make any sense. I know that Biden.
You know, Iran means Aryan.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what the word Iran means, just Aryan, done to appease the Nazis. AG4ILD, I guess a better ID.
Nah, we don't do that kind of stuff here, Jeff.
7 count 220?
Nah, man, that's why it's such a orphan side of the band. They don't have to do nothing.
Never monitored.
Well, I'm sure it does by somebody. Because you figure scanners are going to pick on this, at some point.
Yeah, that's true. We had 11 on a Simplexton Net. That is a world record. It's got to be.
Well, it is. In my little world, it is.
Did that happen?
I'm guessing that it might happen in other, like in California and maybe places like Dallas or a lot is tied up on 70 centimeters and in 2 meters. At 220 gets used more.
Maybe in Ohio. There.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying is there's lots of opportunities for. That's what I'm saying. I just all of a sudden it hit me as money is like just an orphan. It's going to go away if somebody doesn't use it.
Well, I think we're keeping it well oiled.
I'd like to see it happen other places, and I don't know of any other 220 groups anywhere really, unless they're doing sideband and contest work.
Well, we're doing 3 nets a week on 220.
That sounds like actually that's a sign that people we crazy.
The U.S. Army is conducting a training 21 on the river. Just passing on Coast Guard info.
Oh, cool.
That's an interesting one to listen to because there are some, and I don't know how it works because I think they're in Louisville, but it's some sort of hookup and you'll hear them, call to respond to distress calls and whatnot.
Hey, when you were living up in Louisville, did you hear a lot of, or did you look for a lot of that ship traffic?
What do you mean? On the radio?
Yeah, maritime. Yeah, radio traffic.
Not really, but I was always see it, watch it, but I didn't listen much.
Yeah, just curious because there really isn't that much activity on the maritime channel.
Maybe they have these things called locks, maybe around that for the barges and all. There's a lot of barges, but other than that, I don't know.
Well, you wouldn't want to live anywhere near a major U.S. naval base, that's for sure. Because all the traffic you'll hear there, all kinds of radar testing and other, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of frequencies. But fortunately, a lot of the radio traffic now, for our perspective, would be digital.
Yeah, I mean it's a whole different world from just 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Before stuff was digital, I mean you could hear anything and everything. It was all out in the open and anywhere, and that's what those frequencies and confirming them, and improving your antenna and whatnot. And now there's nothing good to be heard. I've got a marine radio. I need to drag the thing out and see if it works. Yeah, they generally pick up the weather channel.
No, you can hear on the marine side. You can hear some radio traffic on the Cumberland.
Yeah, 156.8 is your basic. Ship to, boat to boat. You'll hear that, and then there's some ship to shore stuff probably.
But don't transmit.
No, 156.8. If it was an emergency, I'd respond if nobody else would.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It seems funny on marine radio you can't transmit on any of there if you're on shore.
So what was that frequency, Greg? 156.8? Yeah, 156.8 is channel 16. That's basically their calling frequency, like 156.52. And then 157.1 is channel 22 alpha. And that's where you'll hear the Coast Guard giving reports.
Hey, Tom Mayer, how you doing? I noticed you're on the who's watching list here. Good to hear from you.
Right, good deal. I'm gonna check those out. And really, the only police department you can hear anymore, and I know Michael knows this, is the Mount Juliet Sheriff.
Yeah, the Wilson County Sheriff, I think, is the only one. But you can hear Mount Juliet has the police have a band open, but sure how they do there. They borrow theirs from another, I think from Nashville.
Yeah, it's hooked up to the metro system. They did, or they were private, but I think they stopped doing that. Unless you know better.
Well, I have heard them on there recently on the, on Analog.
You have
Yeah, I've heard them
155, 790 is the frequency.
from Mount Juliet Police.
I believe that's the sheriff. But that might, I think that might just be dispatch for Wilson. Hold on. It's pretty active though.
Hey, Greg, I'm gonna have to send you either me or I think my wife took it when we were in Charlottesville Airport. Remember we talked about that? And that place, when we got there were the 3 TSA employees, a couple of people in the snack bar, and that was it. I mean, we were the only people there. It's kind of funny, really.
It's a good size airport.
Well, when you see it, it's I say a good size airport. It was 2 floors, and the lower floor, which was a large waiting area, for planes, and I would say it was several hundred feet long. Yeah.
Did you patronize it?
Wasn't any waiting outside. My wife bought a T-shirt. Yeah, we got some snacks and stuff, but it was just funny because like Ed, I believe, subsidized those airports something fierce. One, or I think there might have been 2 commercial jets that might have landed there, and we were there for like 2.5, 3 hours, and then came in.
Yeah, I'm a manager of an airport outside of Louisville that was, I'm sure had very few operations per day.
Well, I think I told you that one. We had taken a flight out of New York City. I think it was out of Kennedy, but I don't remember now. But it was a Kennedy or LaGuardia. To make the connection to get out of Dodge, because it was really jammed up due to some weather conditions, we ended up going to Charlottesville. The connection was later. It took us north up to the airport, not the one in Washington, and then we caught a flight out of there going to Nashville.
National, isn't it?
I think you're right, but the name doesn't sound right though. Might be National Airport. You're right.
That's the old one. Where's Dulles?
What'd you say, Greg?
Where's Dulles? Is that Washington?
No, I think it was Dulles. You're right. It was Dulles is the name. But again, Dulles was very, very busy. Kennedy and LaGuardia are very, very, very busy, and Charlottesville was dead, man. I mean, it was like we went up. Oh, that's right. They had a big observation deck too. You go out there and watch the runway inactivity.
That's when it's nice to have a little aircraft radio to listen. And man, it's so good with this app I use called Flash. You can watch the plane and tap on it, see what it is and where it's going and how high it is and what its airspeed is. It's really cool.
Yeah, actually, I had my THF 6A with me, and I was monitoring the air traffic controller in the airport. And in fact, they got pretty casual with the pilot.
Yeah, when it's not crazy, so relaxed.
I don't know. I caught it late, but one of the conversations went something like this. The pilot was, and it was one of those mid-size commercial jets, and he said something. He goes, "I'm coming into your big airport." He goes, and the guy on the tower, his response is something like, I think he said, "I think we're pretty bigger than you. Okay, come on in." I guess they learned to play chess up there in the control tower in those places. Hey, Steve. I see Steve.
Well, your dog seems to be riding home.
Oh yeah, he's a buddy. He's been a buddy a long time. He's a real pal of a dog. He loves to wrestle.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to call it in the morning to go to work. That's a full day of work. So I'm gonna say good night, Jack. Good night, Paul, and good night, Greg.
I know you're lying and going for the ice cream first.
Oh yeah, I went for ice cream first.
All right. Good night. K4P. You.
Did they give you on that antibiotics, or what did they do?
No, there wasn't any reason for infection, and it was all good. So I'm overcoming it. It's just I still got congestion.
Yeah, I think it's like we said, or whether you medicated or not. I know Jenny's got something. She's just been prepared. It sounds like what you got. I'm just curious what they did.
No, nothing. I don't even want to waste my time with, in fact, when I went to the VA for another issue, and I said, hey, good test, and he goes, have you had any fever? I said, no. He goes, nah, I don't bother.
Yeah, I agree. I think I have some at home.
Yeah, that was no big deal. It's just that I just knew that, I'm still getting around real good. And even when I was at my worst, I was around. But there was a day or two that was really, you don't even want to get up out of the chair,
Hey, Paul. National Airport.
Ah, okay. I guess I don't remember if I knew that or not. But Dulles is still there, right?
Yeah, but National was the name of it before Reagan was ever president. Here, I gotta go, Katie.
Yeah, that's one busy set of airports up in DC though too.
Yeah, that's crazy flying in and out of there. All right, I'll let you guys go. Talk to you later, KG4 ILB.
Yeah, very good, Jack. We'll catch you later. K4P then. And anybody else out there? Good night. All right, good night, everybody. I hope you found it really exciting. You have a good night, everybody. No! No! Cut it out. You're not going anywhere. You already been out. You knucklehead.